XRP has the potential to move exponentially higher in a short amount of time. We've seen it in the past, we'll see it again. We know this because historically it's moved, not often, but when it does, very, very quickly. So what will bring that next violent move upwards? That's what I want to focus on here today in this quick walk and talk, guys, and talk to you about a few different things that are incredibly important regarding Ripple and XRP. I believe everyone should know. I've got a clip I want to show you. It's one of my favorite clips that makes it very simple and easy to understand on why Ripple and XRP are so special in comparison to the rest of the market. And I want to talk to you about what is coming this week that could rattle the markets a bit. All I ask is if you do like talking about Ripple and XRP, type in X in the comment section. Click that like button. If you're new to the channel, click that subscribe button as well. Now, I'm starting to realize that a lot of new traders and investors that came in the 2024 most recent run in November don't know some of the most basic but yet important things about Ripple and XRP. Now, I know a lot of you do, so I don't want to spend too much time on this. So I want to quickly do a run through, and this isn't everything that makes Ripple important in comparison to the rest of the market in XRP, but are very important facts. And that is Ripple is on the Bank of International Settlements Task Force. They have been partnered with the World Economic Forum for a very long time. They're also working with the International Monetary Fund. They are specifically mentioned in World Bank documents. They've been working with the Federal Reserve for a very long time, central banks globally all over the world for well over a decade, and they are working with some of the most powerful leaders and business leaders around the world. Governments, countries, etc. We've talked a lot about financial institutions that Ripple is working with and helping put the technology, the XRPL, with XRP being the token on native token on the XRPL. We've talked a lot about that, but I'm starting to realize that some of the newer folks in this market don't know some of those most basic things that everyone truly should. And that's okay. You don't know what you don't know, right? But those are a few things that really do help separate Ripple, the company, and the technology they're pushing forward from the rest of the market. Not to say that there are not other companies and utilizing their technology that are working with some of the same big world organizations out there, but Ripple is closer than pretty much everyone out there. Now, along with that, I want to play you this clip. It's an older clip. Maybe some of you have seen it. Probably a lot of you haven't. And it is a market strategist. It's about a minute. And I really do like this clip because it makes it very simple and easy to understand what makes Ripple and XRP so special in relation, again, to the rest of the market. Some of the sillier meme coins and tokens out there that have no real value.
I saw that, you know, what is, and I'm a Buffett guy, right? I'm a what's the intrinsic value? What's the thing actually worth? The currency notion, gold always seemed like a ridiculous investment to me, right? Because it only has value because someone else has value. Ultimately, it's a greater fool theory notion, right? But the intrinsic value in these coins or in these assets isn't there, right? It's just hoping someone else is going to find it there. Maybe it's a better way to use security. Maybe it's a better way to use technology. But what I saw in Ripple was something different than what I see in some of these other ones, and certainly a lot of these ICOs, is that the activities of the software company create value in the asset, an underlying intrinsic value. Now, the volatility of these things is because they're trading and because they're tradable assets, and certainly there's going to be volatility in the early days of any tradable asset, or extreme volatility. But I think one of the reasons you have that volatility is because no one's doing that. This is ultimately worth that. This is the price, or that is the price I'm willing to pay for this asset. And I think that over time we're going to see that. And I believe that Ripple is going to be able to demonstrate an intrinsic value for XRP that some of these sillier coins and assets don't have and won't have.
And Corey, I mean,
now, guys, this week we know that Donald Trump and Xi Jinping will be talking. They've got a call scheduled that could potentially rattle the markets one way or another, whether that be on the upside or downside to be determined. But we know that Donald Trump, what he has said just this year based off tariffs and other events, has moved the market around. And so it will be very interesting and something we'll want to watch very closely on what comes out of that conversation. That's the big one. This is the big trade deal that we need more clarity on. There are a lot of other things that we saw the United Kingdom trade deal when we got a little bit of clarity, or we got a lot of clarity on that trade deal. It did move the market higher initially. But it is the US and China trade deal that we're going to want to watch the closest. Now, lastly, Smoke put out a few documents, and I want to pull them up on the screen here. One being Earthport with XRP written down as the payment instructions. ISO 20022 goes live this year. When we take a look at the move that happened back in 2017, it was a violent, explosive move upward. But when we take a look at the banks around the world, globally, internationally, we know that XRP is going to run, and it's going to run hard. That will be real utility at its finest, finally coming to the market. This market has never seen the utilities at mass scale. We're getting extremely close, my friends, and that is what gets me so excited about Ripple and XRP. You know, a lot of people talk about market cap still, and it is very annoying, to be honest with you, because there is no other cryptocurrency company out there tied to the TradFi system like what Ripple is doing with their network. And we have yet to see the true capabilities of what this token can do for the world, what that means for the price of XRP. I've said many times in the past, I believe there'll be a lot of buying and hoarding of the XRP token. It only makes sense for the big banks to do this. And that means a ton of XRP tokens coming out of supply, a ton of tokens coming out of circulation. So I know I'm very excited, and I know many of you are as well, because I do believe the best is yet to come for XRP. That's all I got for you for now. Let me know all your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below, guys. As always, I appreciate your support. Turn on those notification bells so you never miss a beat, and we'll see you all in the next one.